Hey guys, long time no film, I guess. So I just got back this past Friday from London. I was there for about a week and a half. So I did a bit of shopping, and I have a very special haul for you today of all the little trinkets and souvenirs I picked up while I was over there. I had been to London before, so I didn't do a lot of the typical tourist things like the Tower of London and all that again. So I did a lot of shopping at sort of the major department stores and the unique ones. And I'm going to try and do the beauty type stuff as much as possible towards the beginning because this is primarily a beauty channel and it will probably interest you the most. But there's some fun things later on as well. So hopefully you'll watch the whole thing. With that, I'll sort of jump right in. I couldn't resist a trip to the duty-free store. So I flew out of Dulles, which is the major international airport for Washington, D.C., and obviously flew into Heathrow. And you can only do, if you've never flown internationally, you can only shop at duty-free on your outgoing flight. So went into the duty-free at Dulles, but it wasn't anything great. I flew out of Terminal 2 at Heathrow, which I guess they just kind of reopened or redid. It's called the Queen's Terminal. And a lot of really good shopping. They kind of have it in one central location before you go to your gate. So really easy to kill time. Really, really big duty-free store. It's funny because the duty-free store at Dulles I'd actually looked at, and there was this perfume that I wanted, which I guess I'll go ahead and show you. It is Roses de Chloe, and I also picked up a L'Occitane hand cream, which is also a rose scent. I think it's a new one, Roses at Reine, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I saw this in the duty-free store at Dulles, and I was kind of feeling like, well, you know, it's the very beginning of my trip. I shouldn't sort of spend all my money. And I guess, you know, I kind of figured if I really wanted it, or if I felt like I could spend the money at the end, then I would pick it up then. And I'd also, I'd like gone to Sephora's website, the US one, and actually written down like what the various prices were for each size, just to know like, okay, how big of a deal or percentage am I getting off here. And I ended up getting the largest one, which is 2.5 or 75 milliliters. And this is an eau de toilette, which I think is the only form this comes in. I've always liked the Chloe bottle. I think it's really, really nice. And just kind of has a lid like that. And I think I mentioned in a previous video, like I really enjoy the scent. It's just very kind of like soothing to me. I don't know how to describe it, but very just kind of rose, you know, in your face. And yeah, so I'd written down the price at Sephora, and I believe this size retails for, I think, $120, and that's full price. And you know, I kind of factored in, all right, well, if I get it at 20% off during the Sephora VIB sale, then, you know, that knocks off a certain amount, but then you have to factor in tax. So with the duty-free, I think I ended up spending, I can't do math. I'll insert the number or the amount I ended up spending at duty-free for your reference, because it's really hard to know. Obviously, you can't shop at duty-free unless you're at the airport. But it ended up being better than it would have been, you know, 20% off at Sephora. So I went ahead and got that. And then in London itself, I think this was one of the first things I bought, actually. We were walking down Regent Street, which is one of the main shopping areas in London. Like, you have Oxford Street, and then Regent Street kind of connects to it. And Regent Street tends to have more high-end brands and stores and that sort of thing. But anyway, they have the Kiko store, which is right there. And I'd heard a lot of people talk about Kiko, but it's not a brand, I don't think, that you can buy from in the US. So anyway, so this was their, it's a limited edition collection. Well, this is the Queen of Hearts eyeshadow palette. I don't know what the actual collection is called. But this is in the shade 03, Elegant Ebony. I kind of got this more as just, you know, more of a souvenir and collector's item. And I always like to have, I like to sample a lot of different brands and have, you know, like an eyeshadow or a blush, just to kind of have a reference for like the quality of it. So anyway, so this is what the compact looks like. It has the heart, and it has one of those, you know, you press and then lift. Has a nice big mirror and a sponge tip applicator, which probably won't get much love. It kind of reminds me of Clarins a little bit in terms of the packaging. I think, I want to say this was 14 pounds, but don't quote me on that. And the conversion rate right now is about 1 pound to 1.7 US dollars, which isn't amazing, but anyway, this just kind of seemed like it had some nice shades to it. And I did swatch it in store, but the store had so many like different colored lights and effects going on. To me, it just seems like crazy to have that. I know it makes it kind of cool and everything, but you can't really get a good sense of shades and that sort of thing when you have all these different lights going off. So I'm just gonna swatch a little bit here. And again, like, if this were available in the US, like, I don't know if I would have bought it because, you know, I probably won't use it, you know, as much as some of my other palettes, but I just swatched them on my hand. So that's that really, I don't know if it's quite black, but really dark brown type shade. And then that shimmery one, which kind of got a little obscured there, which has a bit of glitter, very reflective. So it's 3 mattes, and the other 2 kind of lighter shades there. So I used this once while I was over there. It's definitely something you can work with. But again, it's sort of like, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a slam dunk necessarily. Alright, so I also made a few trips into Boots. As you can see, I didn't buy this all at once, but I just kind of consolidated. Boots is one of the sort of major drugstores. It's Boots and Superdrug primarily. And I kind of held back on buying anything. I was thinking I might buy like a foundation from Bourjois because everyone says how great they are, but the lightest shade they had just looked way too yellow for me, and it just seemed like it'd be a waste of money. Almost bought a few things from L'Oreal because they have kind of similar products, but they're different. Like the eyeshadow singles, I'd heard good things about, and I almost got a foundation, but again, it was kind of like, I don't know if I really want to spend the money on something when I already have a lot of foundations that I like. So yeah, I didn't spend a ton, but I did get this Dove Purely Pampering Nourishing Body Oil. It's the Pistachio Cream and Magnolia scent, and I've had the body wash in this scent before. I think I mentioned it in Empty's video. I liked it, and I don't think this product type, body oil, is available in the US, so I just kind of picked it up. It wasn't that expensive. This was another kind of, I don't know, silly purchase maybe, but I got a Kleenex box with the Union Jack on it, and it was like £1 or something. And I wasn't sure it would make it back in my suitcase alright, but it seems to be pretty good there. I guess this is a limited edition, and probably not available in the US, so just kind of picked that up as a why not sort of thing. Also got some little pocket-sized tissues, not because they're really anything special, but I needed some. So these they were a pack of 6, and I think I used one up. But they had cupcakes, 2 of each, so cupcakes, butterflies, and hearts. So, yeah, again, kind of boring drugstore stuff, but I got a couple mini. I got this Soap and Glory Flake Away travel size body polish, which is shea butter, sugar, and peach seed. Ooh. So things kind of shift a little bit in transit, but has a nice kind of really kind of perfumey scent to it, but yeah, I just kind of figured why not. We do have Soap and Glory in the US, but we don't have everything, so I don't know if that's available here or not, but whatever. I also got a Ted Baker body souffle, which you can buy Ted Baker. This doesn't really smell as much to me as the Soap and Glory did. I don't know what it's supposed to smell like. But anyway, we have Ted Baker accessories and stuff, I know, but I just figured I'd pick it up since it's a London brand and something you might not be able to get. I will say the travel section in Boots is a lot more exciting than like your standard travel section in CVS or Target or whatever. Like to me anyway, there's a lot of, how do I say it, more kind of luxury products available in sample size or travel size. But anyway, I restrained myself. I also picked up this Sanctuary Spa foaming bath soak because I wanted to take a bath, and this has kind of a citrusy smell to it. I don't know what it's supposed to smell like, but again, it's a British brand, so I just, you know, kind of figured why not. And I also got, this came as a set, but I kind of had to destroy it to fit it in my suitcase. But if you can imagine it being a little box with a bow on it, and inside it has really pretty packaging. I like that. Had 3 products. It had the Silky Smooth Body Lotion, the Cleansing Burst Body Wash, and the Gentle Polish Body Scrub. And not really things I needed, but I liked the package, and again, I wanted to take a bath, and I didn't really have any sort of like, you know, pampering spa type products with me, so I got those. And then these I was kind of aware of before I went over, and definitely wanted to pick up. They're the Revlon, I don't know what you call them exactly, lip balms, I guess. But I have 3 here, and I think they had 5 total, but they only had 3 in stock in the one I went to. So it says, there's this pink one that says Keep Calm and Kiss, this more orangey one that says Keep Calm and Play with the double-decker bus on it, and then this one that says Keep Calm and Shop, which looks like it actually got twisted up a little bit, and oh well. But more of a nude shade, so I don't know that I'll really use these much, to be honest, but again, since I don't think are coming out over here, and you know, Keep Calm and Carry is that kind of quintessential British saying from World War II. I think it's World War II. So anyway, for the price, like, they were really cheap, so I just picked those up. Alrighty, so another kind of random purchase, or one thing that I always kind of like to look for if I'm going to London, is their magazines, because for whatever reason, they will often come packaged with a deluxe sample. So for example, These are kind of ginormous, but I got the Marie Claire September 2014 magazine while I was over there, and this was £3.90, which I guess US magazines might retail for about $3.90, but you know, when you do the conversion, like, you're kind of paying a lot. But anyway, the full-size magazines are also huge. Like, I have a normal US magazine, just for comparison's sake, and the funny thing is, like, they have these large ones, and sometimes they also have like small size, kind of like more airport friendly, I guess. And sometimes the small sizes have the sample as well, and sometimes they don't. It came with, I've already kind of like dismantled the packaging, but it's the Ghost Eclipse, little perfume there. And this is a roller ball. And it's very kind of like, I don't know, it smells like a typical perfume to me, if that makes sense. I don't know what the notes are or anything offhand. But I kind of wanted to pick this up because it's not a brand that I really ever heard of over here, but I think Fleur and Becky both mentioned it in a video, so just kind of wanted to see what it was like. Alright, getting into fashion a little bit, I went to Next, which is a British store, and I got this sweater, or jumper as they would say. And I just thought it was a nice kind of print, something I can wear to work, and it's, I think, cotton, or mostly cotton. That's something I always look for. Well, 55% cotton, 38% nylon, 7% viscose. But anyway, it's machine washable, and I don't know, I just thought it would be a nice kind of lightweight. I got it a little bit big, just so it would be a little bit baggy. Yeah, so, and this was 25 pounds, so I don't know what that converts to, but I thought the quality was pretty decent. I did go into Primark, which the one on Oxford Street like nearly gave me a panic attack because there were so many people there, and I just couldn't deal. And I did go through the pajama section because a lot of British YouTubers talk about it. And I saw some things I could have bought, but like in general, I just felt like, I don't know, I just didn't want to spend, I'm at the age where I would rather buy fewer pieces and have them be nicer than like a lot of really cheap clothes. Like, I'm not much of a clothes horse to begin with, and I have a pretty, well, fairly conservative job, so I can't wear just whatever I want. So with that in mind, yeah, I didn't really find anything at Primark or Topshop. I looked at, and you can get Topshop through like Nordstrom and stuff too. But yeah, just not a lot of luck in the clothes department. Having said that, I will make the somewhat risque haul, I guess, or sharing. I went to Intimissimi. I'm sure there's a way to say that, but it's an Italian lingerie store. Kind of, I mean, it's a chain, and it's not super expensive. I actually first found out about it through, well, I first learned of this store when I was, I went to Rome in like 2005 when I was in college, and I bought some underwear, which I guess they're still making because I got kind of the same type of style or whatever. But it's these like microfiber, like laser cut panties, which I don't like the word, underwear. So I got purple and this kind of magenta color, and a teal, which is inside out. But anyway, like the ones I had before, like, you know, lasted me a long time, and I I don't like to wear thongs, but I don't like panty lines, so this is kind of the best option. And these were 3 for 17 pounds, which I think works out to about 10 pounds a pair. And if you compare these to the, oh, what are the ones I buy? I want to say Commando. Anyway, I'll put a link to the ones I get otherwise. But yeah, same kind of concept, and these have a lot more fun colors. So I got those. And the next store, I think I may have spent the most money collectively over various trips. It was my favorite store in London that I went to, Liberty's. And if you're not aware, Liberty's, it's been around, I want to say over 200 years. Like, it's the oldest kind of department store in London. Has a really like interesting look to it, and they're kind of known for their kind of unique prints and fabrics. So they have a beauty section. They have like clothes, and they have like a crafts kind of section where you can like buy just fabric by the yard or whatever. Yeah, so I don't know. So it's kind of a unique store. The bags are this really fun purple color. I went a bit mad for the tea towels, I guess. Yeah. So they came packaged up really nicely, but I'm going to undo them because they're for me, they're not for anyone else. So this is, I guess, one of their kind of like unique prints. And so these are tea towels, but I don't really plan to use them as tea towels because I think they're too pretty and, I don't know, too expensive really. So I don't want to get them all stained or whatever. So I think I'm going to frame a couple of them, and I thought this would be, I don't know, it's just really colorful and bright, and I thought that would look really good hanging on a wall. And I'm actually moving, if I mentioned that, in about a month, so I'll have lots of kind of new wall space to decorate and that sort of thing. So got that one. Let's see. I also got this one, which is kind of, you can kind of see what it looks like. Kind of that old Tudor style of architecture with the dark wood beams and the white on it. And it says Liberty's there. So yeah, just a really nice, kind of unique store. So this is another one I think I might frame. I think they all have this tag that says Flowers of Liberty. I think they also have flowers and scarves and everything sort of at the front. It's Liberty London, and then it says it's a luxury cotton tea towel featuring an advertisement for Liberty Arts fabric circa 1918. So that's this one. So I'm not sure whether I will, I think framing 4 tea towels from Liberty's might be a bit excessive for one apartment. But I kind of, I didn't want to not buy it and then wish I had. So I kind of got all the unique ones. I like kind of vintagey type stuff. The first one I showed you says it's a cotton tea towel featuring the Liberty print Strawberry Thief, printed and made in England. The second one says tea towel featuring an illustration of the frontage of the store, famous for its floral displays and iconic mock Tudor exterior. That's kind of nice. Have that as kind of a, I don't know, background. The last one is an archived illustration of the Liberty ship, which I guess is one of their kind of not mascots, like, I don't know, images. You can see it on the tag there. And this one, again, it's the ship, and it says Liberty and Company, Regent Street, London. So I like that one as well. So again, I was really just kind of buying things that were unique to London or where I was. Any cosmetic item you can pretty much get in the US, and it'll be more expensive in London because of the exchange rate. So I did go to Selfridges, but I didn't buy anything. I had some pictures like of the outside or whatever. But yeah, I didn't see anything that was super special, and the Charlotte Tilbury line, which is kind of what I was thinking about like back when I planned my trip, is now available in the US, and it's actually cheaper in the US than in the UK, strangely enough. So anyway, didn't decide to do that. But anyway, still at Liberty's, I got this cosmetics pouch in this floral type print. It says Liberty London, a little purple tag. Big fan of purple, as you might know. It has a purple interior. Didn't need another cosmetics bag, but again, it was kind of like, I don't want to go home and wish I'd bought it, you know, so I like that print. And also, as I was saying, they have their kind of fabrics, floral fabrics that they're known for. So I got this Union Jack lavender sachet, I guess you want to call it. But the Union Jack has like the floral pattern to mark out the stripes, and it says Liberty on the back there with a different color, and it's filled with lavender, so nice thing to put in your lingerie chest. And this is a gift for my mom, because her birthday is on Thursday, and I need to kind of package everything up and send it out to her. But this is the same idea, a little lavender sachet with a print, has I don't know, like a dark purple background and little green leaves and little birds on it. So anyway, so I thought it would be nice just to kind of give her a little example of what the fabrics look like. I also got a different example. This is a pin cushion in the shape of a mouse with a bell, which is adorable. So I got two of these actually. I'm keeping one. I'm gonna give one to my mom, and yeah, just, you know, I like the fabric and it was cute. And in that same fabric, I got this, it's a tape measure, and this is also something I'm going to give to my mom. So it has a security device that I don't want to rip off, but you can see the pull there is a little felt heart. So I just thought that was cute. Probably might save that for like a stocking stuffer for Christmas. And this I bought for myself, same pattern again. But this was only $6.95, and I figured it was pretty reasonably priced. But it has a little snap here, and you open it, and it's a little sewing kit with like felt. So you have kind of a page of needles, some safety pins, some straight pins, and scissors there. So yeah, I just thought that'd be really useful for crafts, or if you have to mend something. It's all kind of self-contained and you don't have to go hunting for it. Alright, and this was actually, these two things were actually, I think, the first thing I bought. They have kind of a little chocolate room. So I picked up two little boxes of truffles, and these are both really fancy because they have the little seal that says apparently the queen eats these, or has at some point. But I thought this was a really nice kind of design. It's Pristot is the name of them. Established 1902 London. It says the London Truffle Box. So I'm going to send these to my mom and dad to share. And these are a mix of Pistachio, key lime, hazelnut, cinnamon, coffee, Jean-Jua, however you say that, sea salt, caramel, ginger, orange and frankincense, Earl Grey tea, coconut and honey. So a lot of different truffles in a nice little box. And then my brother's girlfriend is also having a birthday in September, so I picked up these for her, and they're from Charbonnel and Walker, I guess, established 1875, and another Queen approved chocolate. But these are the Pink Marque de Champagne, I don't know, truffles. They are lightly dusted pink truffles with a milk chocolate, butter, and Marque de Champagne center, in my horrible non-French accent. So anyway, so I thought those just look really girly and sweet, and yeah, I guess, you know, just something kind of really English to give her. So on the subject of birthdays and other kind of high-end items, I went to Fortnum Mason, which is I don't even know when it was founded, a really old store, and another one that, you know, is really fancy, and you know, the Queen loves it and everyone loves it, I don't know. But they're kind of known for tea, and they have a lot of biscuits, just really nice like gift items. So I got this birthday biscuits tin, and it has a little music box in it. So I thought that was really sweet, and I just happened to be going over right before my mom's birthday, and you know, I won't be there to wish her or sing her happy birthday in person, so this would be the next best thing. So these apparently are chocolate pearl biscuits, lemon curd, and butter shortbread. So I don't know, I just thought that was really unique. I hadn't seen like a music box slash biscuit tin. And now it won't stop. Alright, so the biscuit tin finally stopped, and a few other things I picked up for Fortnum Mason for myself. I got this card. Fortnum Mason this isn't obviously an accurate representation of what the building looks like, but I don't know, it's another sort of really unique looking building. They have really gorgeous window displays, and this is actually a greeting card, but I picked it up for myself just kind of as a, you know, reminder of the building, if that makes sense. Couple other small things. Of course, I had to get another tea towel because, you know, when in London, buy tea towels. And they have this kind of, I don't know what you want to say, robin's egg blue or seafoam. It's kind of their signature color. And yeah, this is another tea towel, obviously. It's a, I think it's an ad. But anyways, it says Fortnum Mason, Piccadilly, which is the street that it's on, since 1707, so it's very old. It says time for tea, and then it has a lot of different types of tea that they sell, and Fortnum's Fine Teas. So anyways, I thought that was really nice, and I don't know if this is one I'll frame because it doesn't really match any of my, well, maybe it does. I don't know. Again, we'll have to keep the tea towel framing under control there, but for the price, it's a really nice kind of souvenir. I picked up a little, as I was checking out, this is the bag, by the way. Another in that color. Yeah, it has the little seals by appointment to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II and to His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, blah 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 blah. So everything is really fancy. But it's just a little truffle box. and it has, I guess, their version of the, I think they're marked as champagne truffles as well, but obviously not the same brand as the other ones. These are like their brand. But anyway, they came packaged in this cute little box, and it had a ribbon that said Fortnum Mason on it, and I scrapbook a little bit. Nothing excessive, but you know, when I go on a trip, I like to keep all the little odds and ends and put them together. So got that. And of course we went to Harrods because, you know, and Harrods is kind of crazy. Has a lot of tourists, obviously. Has all the really fancy designer items. But I mean, for the most part, I wouldn't do any serious shopping there because, I don't know, it's more of a spectacle type thing. And it's funny because Harrods, they kind of bank on getting tourist traffic. Like, they pretty much have a Harrods gift shop. Like, if you can imagine going to a store that has a gift shop. Like, it's kind of a museum, but with a gift shop. I don't know. So it has, you know, they're kind of typical colors, I guess, is this kind of green with the gold on it. And I just got a few things. They have kind of like a bookshop stationery area. So I saw some cards that I liked, and I always kind of pick up cards as I see them. That way I don't have to go shopping for one when it's, you know, an occasion. So this I got from my dad because his birthday isn't till April, but he golfs, and there's a beer here, and it says, "Hope your birthday hits the spot." And it's blank inside, and it has a little tank that says cheers. And my dad, a long time ago, was in the Army, and he drove a tank, so I don't know, I just thought that was really kind of appropriate for him. I don't know how much this was, but anyway. I also got this one for my brother. It's a little robot that is playing guitar, and it says, "You rock." And this is from, let's see, this was printed in the UK, and I'm assuming is, you know, from a UK brand. This was also printed in the UK, and it's from an urban street artist based in Cornwall, which is kind of that, if I'm not mistaken, that kind of southern, like southwestern bit that kind of juts out. So anyway, so I just thought that was really good for my brother because he's an engineer and he plays guitar, and that's that. I also got this one for my dad, which unfortunately you're not going to get the full effect of because it's like a 3D card, but it's a train, and my dad works for a railroad now, and he's always loved trains. So hopefully, I don't know if I'll send it to him for Christmas or something, but it just seemed like a really kind of appropriate card, and hopefully something he'll hang on to because it wasn't cheap. But I like cards. And then I also got this for myself. These are little magnets. So they have kind of a I don't know, mechanism like that. And as you know, the London Underground is kind of a big thing. And they had different lines. This was the Piccadilly line, and it has kind of, I don't know, a lot of areas that I like or have been to, like Covent Garden. Knightsbridge is where like Harrods is. Leicester Square, which is, I don't know, like there's a lot of movie theaters in there, near a lot of the actual theaters as well. Piccadilly Circus, which is kind of like Times Square, but much smaller. But it's right next to, I think, like Regent Street and going into Soho, so it's kind of connected to a lot of things. I had one here that I took off all ready to use, and that was Hyde Park. So that wasn't too expensive, and yeah, thought I could use it. And then I also got a couple Christmas ornaments, even though it's like nowhere near Christmas. But this is a little heart that says Harrods, cream with this silver thread on it, and I thought I might actually like hang this on a drawer, on a doorknob around the holidays. I thought I don't know, it would just look really nice like that. And for one to actually hang on the tree, they have kind of a Christmas section that's there like year round, which is kind of fun for me because I love Christmas. But anyway, it is I think it's glass, probably, ornament that says Harrods in that green with the gold. Has a little crown on it and says 2014, so kind of a, you know, memory of when I went, in this little ribbon. So I have a very kind of traditional tree, like a lot of red and gold and all those sorts of colors, along with some special ornaments. So I thought that would kind of look nice on it. Alright, so getting towards the end here, I went into Paperchase, which is like a stationery store, and I just got some stickers because, again, to kind of, I don't know, play around with and put in a scrapbook. These are like the underground symbols, and if you zoom in there, they have like some small ones and some larger ones, and like the various names of, you know, different lines written on them, some just like generic underground on it. And then I also got these ones, which are kind of, I guess, three-dimensional, but they have, I don't know, just different things like I Love London, Tower of London, the weird, they call it the gherkin. It's like a skyscraper that is just this really funny torpedo type shape. You know, like a teapot, some rose, Big Bend, you know, the bridge, all that good stuff. So that was fun. And then lastly, just another variation on that. You know, these are just kind of more opaque, I guess, or puffier or something. But I think, you know, there's St. Paul's, Westminster, I'm guessing, the bus, an umbrella, blah, blah, blah. So just kind of little odds and ends. And I also got, so I've kind of gotten into the planner community. I've bought a few by now, but I started off with the Kate Spade zip around Wellesley, so it's kind of the personal size. And I was aware of this File Effects London Underground map in the personal size. I was aware it existed, but you can't buy it in the US except through like eBay, so it was kind of my mission to find it while I was over there. And I went to like several, the store I actually got it from is called Ryman's, or Ryman. So I was like dragging my boyfriend into all these like stationery shops, and he was like, whatever. But anyway, I finally got it, and yeah, it's the underground, but I'd already, I laminated it, because it was kind of flimsy by itself, but the problem with laminating it is that it doesn't really stay, like, shut. So, oh, and the back, by the way, has the National Rail system, I guess. So I kind of popped these Kate Spade paper clips. And it's not like I'm going to really need to use it as a reference, but, you know, it's kind of nice to know that if I go back to London, I'll have it. So that way it stays nice and shut. So that's kind of random, but alright, getting towards the end here. I went to the Disney store, which is kind of weird, but Disney being, I guess, an American brand. But like I said, my brother's girlfriend Katie has a birthday, and she really likes snow globes, and Disney, and I saw this and I was like, oh, I need to buy that for her. It has Mickey in the middle with the Union Jack on his umbrella, and then it has Trafalgar Square and Houses of Parliament scene on there, and the London Eye, which is that big Ferris wheel thing, and yeah. And she's actually, everyone except me basically in my family is going to Disney World, I think is the one in Florida, right? Is going later this month to kind of celebrate both Katie's birthday and my mom's birthday, I guess. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of appropriate. And on the subject of weird, I told you this was going to get weird, right? It's getting even stranger, trust me. But I went to Hamleys, which is a toy store. I think it says established London in 1760, so you know, far older than FAO Schwartz or any of that. But you know, it's just kind of fun to pretend to be a kid again. As I mentioned earlier, this is a very kind of personal video. You're getting to know me. So as I mentioned, my dad was in the Army as I was growing up, and we spent several years in Germany. And when we were over there, there's this toy brand, I guess you would call it, which is not super popular, so you might not be aware of it, but it's called Playmobil. And yeah, like we would get a lot of it when we were over there, and we went to like Playmobil Land, which is like Legoland, but with Playmobil. So anyway, so you know, it's just kind of one of those like nostalgia type things. But anyway, they had Playmobil, and they had a lot of it. And I picked up this guy, which is obviously one of the British soldiers, and I flattened the box to get it kind of more compact. But yeah, it's Playmobil Special, which I think that means that you can only get it in like very limited places. So I, you know, figured the moment was right. And here he is in his plastic bag, which I haven't opened to kind of keep all the pieces together, but yeah, there's that. And while I was there, and I kind of destroyed the packages, so they don't even really show you much, but they had a little Halloween set, which I'll show you, and a little Christmas set. And I mean, I have Legos at work as like decorations, so yeah, really professional, I know. But anyway, I figured, you know, I get a kick out of these. But there is a vampire husband and wife, I guess. So I picked those up because they were cheap. And they also had this little like Santa and Angel set with this little organ, I guess it is. And if you push the button, alright. So anyway, so I'm like 8 years old at heart, and that type of thing amuses me. So yeah, I picked up some toys, no big. So moving on, we did actually do some cultural educational things while we were there. It wasn't strictly shopping, but even when we did that cultural educational thing, there's still shopping. Even in museums. They're called gift shops. But anyway, we went to the Museum of London, which is kind of, I want to say, one of the lesser frequented museums, especially by like non-British school children. But it's free, and it's an interesting museum because it basically shows the history of London. I'm a history nerd. From like way in the past, like, you know, when things were still moving around geographically, that sort of thing. Yeah, so that kind of like prehistory, kind of more natural history, I guess. And then starting off with like the Roman settlements, which was kind of like where London got its name, Londinium or something, I don't know. But yeah, showed the Romans, and then, you know, the Vikings came, and the French came, and there was disease, and then there was fire, and then there was Queen Victoria, and so anyway, so it's an interesting museum to go to if you have a chance. It's not too far from St. Paul's Cathedral, so if you are, you know, in that general vicinity, it's worth taking a look. And it's free. You know, they kind of ask for donations of, you know, a few pounds, but yeah, I think for a free museum, it's definitely worth a look. But anyway, because I'm also kind of a feminist at heart, I got this Votes for Women mug, which amuses me greatly. And the women's suffrage movement in the UK was kind of around the same time as it was in the US. I think they actually got the vote, I want to say 1919 is what sticks out, but don't quote me on that. The women in the UK were going on hunger strikes, and like were being force fed, and anyway, so it's an interesting thing to kind of be aware of, you know, especially as a woman. Like, you know, that was less than 100 years ago, and if you think about the grand scale of like human history, you know, it's not so long ago. So anyway, I kind of like this as a yay, women voting sort of thing. I also really enjoy, okay, so to make it slightly more relevant to the average person who isn't a history nerd like I am, Mary Poppins, the movie, right? The mom of, oh God, what are the names? Michael and, I can't remember, but anyway, the mother is a suffragette in the movie. I'm assuming in the books as well, I don't know. But anyway, you know, she has the ribbon, and the part where she goes, you know, we're clearly soldiers for women's votes, dauntless crusaders, no, we're clearly soldiers in petticoats, dauntless crusaders for women's votes. Though we adore men individually, we agree that as a group they're rather stupid. Cast off the shackles of yesterday, shoulder to shoulder into the fray. Our daughters will adore us as they sing in grateful chorus. Well done to Sister Suffragette. And then there's more, but I won't subject you because I don't remember it. So this video is full of strange things, I tell you. But anyway, I enjoy Mary Poppins, and I enjoy that scene and that song and that mug. So finally, we were going to end on a very, well, an interesting note. Let's put it that way. So we were staying in a hotel that had a mini fridge, and kind of out of an effort to not spend a lot of money, and partly out of just like, you know, we've been out walking all day, we don't really need to sit in a restaurant again for an hour. We would pick up a lot of kind of like already prepared foods from various grocery stores, and one of them is it's called Marks and Spencer's, and it's kind of like, it has, some of them are like kind of more department store-y, like they have clothes, and some of them are more like they just have food, and it's kind of a mix. It's kind of like Whole Foods, but not that like organic. Like it's just good food. Like I don't know, like if you have a really good grocery store in your area with lots of prepared foods that you can just kind of pick up, that's kind of what Marks and Spencer's is like. But anyway, as we were going through the checkout line, I saw this bag, which is, you know, like a tote bag, kind of reusable, whatever. But on it, there's this quote that says, one cannot eat well, love well, sleep well if one has not dined well. And I get kind of notoriously cranky if I don't eat fairly regularly. So this just kind of resonated with me. And it's a quote from Virginia Woolf, who I really admire as a writer. And she actually lived for a time in London, in I think the Bloomsbury area. Like she was part of a group of writers called the Bloomsbury Group, if I'm remembering. And it's like really close to the British Museum, basically. And we were staying just kind of in that area. And a long time ago, I studied abroad in London, and I was in that area as well. So I always kind of have a special place in my heart. I was also an English major and a history major, so you can see everything kind of coming to the front there. But anyway, I like this bag, and another sort of ridiculous textile that I think I might try and frame to have in like my dining area. So maybe just like cut out the main portion here. Yeah, but yeah, I just really like it. And then, you know, they have this Your M&S tag on it. But the prize for the most ridiculous item in this haul of sorts is going to this roll of toilet paper, which there's a story behind. It wasn't just this, it was part of a package, but like I said, you know, I've spent a lot of time in London. My boyfriend lives there now, which is basically where I was there for so long. And yeah, so we weren't in a rush to like get up every morning and go see all the sights. You know, it was kind of more of just like a, you know, enjoy ourselves, eat and shop and do whatever. So anyway, and like 6 hours of walking is pretty much enough on anyone's feet, and you know, I was getting like blisters on my blisters, and it wasn't pretty. But anyway, so we would sometimes leave the hotel, and you know, dealing with jet lag and stuff as well. Like we left the hotel like at 2 or 3 or 4, maybe closer to 2 in the afternoon, and you know, we had the do not disturb sign. And we were running pretty low on toilet paper, and that's not a good situation to be in. And so we were like, okay, before we get home, we need to, you know, just have some, just in case, because again, that's just not pretty. So anyway, so in Marks and Spencer's, we got this toilet paper, which is really fancy toilet paper with stars on it, and I took a roll back because, you know, I didn't want to waste it, but I don't know, I thought this would be kind of fun to put out like at Christmas or something. So yeah, we're ending with a bang with a roll of toilet paper. So anyway, so that was the stuff I picked up in London. A lot of other sort of incidental napkins and such, like a hoarder. That I'm not going to show you because the toilet paper is really enough for one video. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, hopefully I'll have some videos coming your way soon. I just started a new job and kind of adjusting to that a little bit, and I'm going to be moving, so things are a little crazy, but good. Crazy but good. So anyway, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.